Let's kick things off by understanding why the voting age debate is such a big deal as we approach the 2025 UK elections. Lowering the voting age to 16 isn't just a policy proposal. It's a seismic shift in UK election strategies. Historically, in UK political history, the voting age was reduced from 21 to 18 in 1969, reflecting a push for broader representation. Now, Keir Starmer and Labour are arguing that 16 and 17-year-olds are mature enough to vote on issues that directly impact their future, like climate change and education. But here's the question. Is this a genuine move for inclusivity, or a calculated play to reshape the electorate? Let that sink in for a moment. According to recent polls, around 51% of the UK public support lowering the voting age. But the opposition is fierce, especially from conservative voices who see this as a way for Labour to secure a younger, more progressive voter base. This brings us to our first big insight in British governance explained. Elections aren't just about votes. They're about who gets to vote. Let's explore how this could play out. Now, let's zoom into Keir Starmer's motivations in this UK policy analysis. On the surface, lowering the voting age aligns with Labour's progressive values. But dig deeper, and you'll see why critics are pointing fingers at a potential hidden agenda tied to Jeremy Corbyn's lingering influence. Corbyn, a polarizing figure in UK political history, built a massive youth following during his tenure with promises of radical change. Studies from the 2017 and 2019 elections show that 60% of 18 to 24-year-olds voted Labour under Corbyn's leadership. If 16-year-olds, often more idealistic and activist-driven, join the electorate, could this reignite Corbyn-style socialism within Labour's voter base? This is where British political trends get fascinating. Starmer, while more centrist, might be banking on this youth surge to solidify Labour's grip on power in 2025. But here's a thought for you. Could this strategy backfire if younger voters demand more radical policies than Starmer is willing to deliver? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious to hear your take. On the other side of the aisle, we have NigelFarage, a master of political disruption, who's already framing Starmer's voting age plan as a desperate power grab. In the realm of UK election strategies, Farage and his Reform UK party are positioning themselves as the voice of traditional values, arguing that 16-year-olds lack the life experience to vote responsibly. Farage recently stated in a rally, and I'm paraphrasing here, that Labour wants to stack the deck with impressionable kids. Harsh words, but they resonate with his base. Here's the kicker. Farage might actually benefit from this debate. If older, more conservative voters feel alienated by Labour's proposal, they could flock to Reform UK in droves. Projections for UK election news in 2025 suggest Reform UK could capture up to 15% of the vote share if they play their cards right. So, while Starmer aims to expand the electorate, is he unintentionally fueling Farage's rise? Think about that for a second. Let's step back and look at the broader implications of this policy in the context of British political trends. If the voting age drops to 16, we're talking about adding roughly 1.5 million new voters to the rolls, based on current population data. That's a game changer for UK government updates and election outcomes. Countries like Scotland already allow 16-year-olds to vote in local and Scottish Parliament elections, with turnout rates among this age group hovering around 40%. Not bad for first-time voters. But will this translate nationally? And more importantly, how will this shape your future? This isn't just about numbers. It's about representation. Younger voters often prioritize issues like mental health funding, tuition fees, and environmental policies. Issues that could force all parties to pivot their platforms. But there's a flip side. Critics argue this could deepen generational divides, with older voters feeling sidelined. It's a tightrope walk for any government, and it's why UK policy analysis is so critical right now. To truly grasp where we're headed, let's look back at UK political history for some lessons. When the voting age was lowered to 18 in 1969, it came after years of social upheaval and youth movements. The result? A surge in political engagement that reshaped British governance. Fast forward to today, and we're seeing similar patterns with Gen Z's activism on social media. In fact, a 2023 survey found that 70% of UK teens aged 16 to 17 are very interested in politics, higher than any previous generation at that age. This tells us something vital about British governance explained. Policies like voting age reform don't just reflect the present, they predict the future. So, as we approach 2025, will this be Starmer's legacy, or his undoing? I'll let you ponder that. As we wrap up this deep dive into UK election news and British political analysis, one thing is clear. The debate over lowering the voting age to 16 isn't just a policy issue, it's a battle for the soul of British democracy insights. Whether it boosts Labour's progressive wing, revives Corbyn's influence, or propels Farage's Reform UK to new heights, the 2025 UK elections are shaping up to be a historic showdown. So, here's my final question for you. How do you think this policy will reshape the UK's political landscape? Drop your predictions in the comments below. I can't wait to read them.